Sagittarius, Elsie here to do your reading. It is for the week ahead now. I am doing all of these readings on the weekends. Some of you are going to get them late, so by the time you get it, it might be for the current week. Let's find out what's going on for you, Sag. I've got one oracle deck here that we're using this week, and then we're going to throw some tarot on it. The oracle decks are always just for the feel of what's happening next week, and then the details will come out in the tarot. At the end of this video, I'm going to tell you about how to find the extended, also how to find out about private reads, and my fire family. Welcome here. If you're a person who's always here, you always come back. Thanks for coming back. And if you're brand new, welcome. Let's find out what's going on for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. What's this? We've got the bridge. It says successfully overcoming a problem. All right. One more. April. One more. Okay, it's going to give us two. We'll take two. We've got the broken wishbone. It says a wish will not be granted. And we've got the butterfly, a change for the better. Oh, so look, that thing that's not working out for you, Sag, has not worked out because it wasn't supposed to. It feels like there's something better coming along, like there is a change that is coming. I want to say that with the butterfly, it feels like it's that you're going to get a message in nature, likely, but a butterfly, I would say this is the best part of it. You're in the best part of your life, Sag. That's what it feels like, because the butterfly, it starts out with being a caterpillar, right? And if they don't get killed during the caterpillar phase, then they end up going into the cocoon, which is, again, more hellish energy, right? Because the whole body is melting and redoing itself, right? And then we have the butterfly that emerges, and the last part of the life is the most beautiful part of the life for the butterfly because they get admired from everybody. Okay, so I feel like there's something here. A wish was not granted for you. A wish will not be granted, I feel, in the week ahead, but I feel like it's because something is changing for the better. We have April here. I don't know what that means. Maybe it's last April. Maybe it's going to be next April, but we'll talk more about that. We've got successfully overcoming a problem. Maybe it's a problem that started to be a problem around April last year. We've got the bottom of the deck. It says it says psychic ability. Trust your intuition, Sag. You are quite psychic. We do have cracked cup. It says dissatisfaction with life. And then we have the pail. It says time to get out of a situation. Oh, very interesting. So look, we have this broken wish. We have a wish that's not granted. And then we have it's time to get out of a situation. And it feels like the reason it wasn't granted is because this is a change for the better. Maybe something, the universe has come along and said, look, that's it. You got to get out of there. So maybe going to make it hard for you to stay. I feel like you're supposed to trust your psychic intuition here, and I feel like if you, I feel like it's a wish is not granted, and if you continue on the same path where the wish has not been granted, like if you start chasing it because it's running from you, then I feel like this is what happens here. We end up with the cracked cup. We end up with dissatisfaction with life, because it says here time to get out of a situation. I think that the wish is not granted because it's time to get out of the situation, but somebody's not listening. It's a change for the better, but you don't want it to go, so you might be chasing it as it's trying to leave. All right, let's see what the tarot says for you here, Sag. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about the fire family. Tell me about Sagittarius. Tell me about Sagittarius. All right. Sagittarius, we've got, the tower. You know, when I was shuffling, I saw it 3 times when I shuffled. Very interesting. So the bridge is here. It says successfully overcoming a problem. So, I feel like you are successfully overcoming the problem, Sag, and I feel like there has been a tower going on, and you've been unhappy with the tower. Of course, everybody is, because change is hard, and something is shifting, and you don't want it to shift, but it's shifting nonetheless, and it feels like it's going to help you overcome a problem. Something is being removed. There is an obstacle, a person, place, thing, situation, job, whatever it is. Something is being removed from your life, and I think you're holding on to it, like white knuckling it here. I think you're holding on to it, but I feel like the tower was sent in because whatever you were living was an illusion, and it's time to let it go. So successfully overcoming a problem feels like there is a bridge to elsewhere. Like I want to say, it says the bridge, says a bridge to another place, that maybe when the tower falls, you'll finally see the bridge. Tell me about April. Tell me about April. We've got the Three of Wands. Okay, so this is in the future. This is in April coming up. There's something going down, and we will talk about that more as I clarify. We've got something that's going on in the spring for you. It might be something emotional. We do have somebody here who's waiting on someone else at the table in the future. We also have them looking at water, so it could be something emotional. Tell me about this broken wish. A wish will not be granted. It's interesting these two fell out together. A wish will not be granted. We have the Hierophant, and we have a change for the better. So I really feel like a wish was not granted. So something that you wanted, you are not going to get. And I feel it's because of the universe trying to keep you on track. It feels like you're supposed to stay in some sort of structure. You're supposed to stay solid. It feels like it could be a job for some of you that you're not getting because it is going to be a change for the better. Something else is coming up here. Just going to move these over because I am talking about the rest of the month here. I'm going to put down a couple of cards. I've got the Strength card here. It feels like you feel that the universe is holding back from you, or you can't have what you want. It does feel like it isn't for you, and that's why you're not having it. Like, that's why it's not for you. A change is coming that is for the better. I think that it's something you're going to love because the butterfly is sitting here on this beautiful flower. And we have the Five of Wands. What else do we have? We have the Page of Pentacles. It does feel like things are uncertain right now. And I don't think you like to live in this uncertainty, but I think that this uncertainty is necessary because something is growing or something is about to materialize in the 3D. But in order for you to have that thing, which I think is the change for the better, in order for you to have this, I feel like the wish cannot be granted. And it might have to do something to do with your stability, your job. Could be something that you've wanted, that I think that, the Hierophant moves so slow and makes a plan in a very slow way, is the spiritual teacher. Maybe you thought for sure you were listening to your intuition and this is the way you were supposed to go. But it feels like when the wish is not granted, it sort of sends you on a little bit of a scatter. You're not really sure what to do from here because you were so sure that this is the thing that that was supposed to be for you, Taurus energy, a little bit stubborn, right? Not wanting to turn away, not wanting to give it up, not wanting to let it go. But it is time to get out of the situation. So I feel like that's why you're not getting what you're supposed to, what you were hoping you would get. Tell me about the Tower, please. We've got successfully overcoming a problem here. Tell me about the Tower. I think that the Tower is telling me if it took a tower to get you to move, that maybe you felt stuck. It could be. We've got the King of Cups. We've got the High Priestess. And we've got the Seven of Wands. I feel as though something has, it does feel like it was a little bit of stuck energy. The King of Cups is Scorpio energy. That is fixed energy. And so not only Taurus is here, but King of Cups is here. Scorpio is here at the Tower energy as well. And I don't know when Mars is moving into Scorpio, but I think it's happening quite quickly or quite soon. It does feel like something was broken down, or the destruction of something was required in order for you to listen to your intuition. It feels like you are overcoming a problem of not trusting the self. I'm just looking at the Seven of Wands here. It feels like the universe is trying to disrupt you. I would say disrupt your flow, disrupt whatever's going on in your life, because it's like you're being shaken awake. That's what it feels like. Come on, pay attention. Pay attention. Like you've got this psychic energy of Scorpio. Like Scorpio is the most psychic, but I feel like I'm talking to somebody who has psychic energy who wasn't listening to their intuition. It feels like there was something you were that you were on this path, and you were, no matter what signs or symbols or synchronicities you were getting, you ignored them and you kept moving that way. So it feels like you were sort of defensive with the universe, like, no, I want this. And I feel like the universe is like, no, that's not for you. I feel like there at the beginning of the week, there is something that's going to go down that I think that you want, that you're not going to get. And it feels like it's it could be something emotional. We've got Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer energy here. The Seven of Wands is making me feel like your intuition is blocked. Yeah, the High Priestess being here. Your intuition is blocked. Your psychic energy is blocked. And that's why the Tower had to come, because you had to get out of this place. It feels like you had to get out of time to get out of a situation, and you weren't listening. Tell me about the Three of Wands in April. Tell me about the Three of Wands. We've got the Knight of Wands. We've got the Ace of Swords. And we've got the Two of Cups. Interesting. There's going to be communication from someone that you have a deep bond with. Now, I know this is a reading for the week ahead, but, I have no control over what cards show up, and what has shown up is April. So I feel like you receive communication. You could be receiving the communication in the week ahead from somebody that you have a deep bond with, whether this is a platonic or a romantic bond. It feels as though with the Knight of Wands that somebody is gathering their courage, Sagittarius. They're trying to be very brave. They've been looking into the future and they see you there. That maybe they were thinking, okay, well, maybe I'll just wait until spring. I'll contact Sag in spring. And I feel like somebody has decided they can no longer wait. The Knight of Wands is here and is impatient and wants to do it now, and is very brave and likes to take risk. And so the Ace of Swords being here tells me that there is somebody who is going to make a quick judgment call or take a quick risk. And it feels like there is going to be some clarity or communication that's coming to you with the Ace of Swords. This is from a person that you do have a deep connection with, and it could be romantic or platonic. You'll decide that, I won't. But we have the Three of Wands. For some of you, it could be that it's coming in April. It is somebody who I feel wants to be in your future. I don't know. This person doesn't really give a whole lot of stability, though. If it is a person that we're talking about, could be a situation as well. I feel like somebody here who didn't give you a lot of stability, I feel like they're going to come to you with some sort of a stable communication, like the Three of Wands, and then the one in the hand of the Knight is 4. So it feels like stability where there was no stability is going to show up as communication, possibly this week. Look, maybe it's possibly this week and you make a plan to see this person in April, or they say to you, look, April, I'm going to be in town. Do you want to get together? But it feels like you have a deep bond with this person, an emotional bond. So we will talk more about that. So let's talk about this. We've got the broken wish. It says the wish will not be granted, and that there is a change for the better coming, and that's why the wish is not granted here. Tell me about the Hierophant, please. Tell me about the Hierophant for Sagittarius. All right. Look at that. The Wheel of Fortune just fell out of the deck. We do have the Nine of Wands as well. One more card. And we have the Ten of Swords. So the wish is not granted. And I feel like something here is coming to an end. It's coming to an end, and it could be a painful end. And I think you're going to feel very hurt about it. But change is here, and it is change from the universe, the Wheel of Fortune. This is change that is non-negotiable. You can't fight the Wheel of Fortune. Things are moving forward, and it's time for a change for the better, right? And that's what the Wheel of Fortune is. That is definitely change, but it's also expansion, just like the Three of Wands. And so it does feel like in order for you to expand, in order for you to move forward after being stuck, right? Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, fixed signs. Excuse me. After being stuck for quite some time, I feel, and I say quite some time because the Hierophant is here, you could have been stuck forever on something, like I am getting that thing. There's no way I'm letting go of that thing. It feels like the Ten of Swords is here. It makes you release it. I feel like the universe is changing up everything, and you're not going to like it because the Nine of Wands is here. You're like, I never get what I want. Why does everybody get what they want and I never get what I want? Well, I think this is actually a change for the better. It feels like it's going to free you up, or I'm just going to say that the Five of Wands is usually for me indecision, but it almost feels like everyone else is standing, they've picked their spot, their trees are planted, and they're all fixed energies, right? There's 4 of them there. Maybe that's Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo. But then there's one running around in the middle. And so it does feel like that it frees you up to make more, like to have more choices. I want to say whatever did not work out for you actually worked out for you. It feels like, Sag. There's something here that's materializing, something here that is going to show itself or materialize. And I feel like first you had to get out of a situation in order for this to arrive. And when the Wheel of Fortune shows up and changes your destiny, it's time to move forward. But I think that it's going to be a hard sell for you. It's going to be hard moving forward because, well, there's betrayal here. There's the Nine of Wands. I feel like it's like you're like, oh, well, here it comes again. I'm going to be hurt again. But this Five of Wands energy here makes me feel like it almost frees you up to make a decision about what you actually want to do. And you're going to feel a lot freer after this, like the butterfly out of the cocoon. You're going to feel so much more free. We've got the Nine of Pentacles. Look, the Nine of Pentacles tells me you're confident, you're good, you look good, you feel good, and you're making enough money. It feels like financial freedom or the freedom to do whatever you want. So it feels like there is something that didn't work out the way you wanted it to because something else was supposed to work out for you. And I think whatever works out for you either gives you a lot of money, makes you single, maybe you're starting a business. It feels like you have the freedom to build something by yourself the way that you've always wanted. We've got the Strength card. And we've got Justice. You're going to have to face your fears here. And I feel like your fears are that I wanted this specific thing. I'm comfortable with it. I'm on this path. I don't want to move. I'm digging my heels in. The Hierophant energy is Taurus. And that is like, don't tell me what to do. I will do what I want it and I'll do it at my own pace. But it does feel like the universe takes it away. I'm just going to say with the Ten of Swords being here, it's like maybe it's a person or a place or a thing or a job, but it feels like whatever it is, it comes to an end and you have to release it because it's being replaced with change for the better. I feel like this is a fear of yours that you have to face. It feels like that it frees you up to make a decision to start something new. And look, the 9 and the 1 pentacle here is 10. It's setting you up for the rest of your life is what it feels like. But it also feels as though you have to face some sort of fear here. It feels like your eyes are closed, you're facing it, you're sort of feeling around in the dark because you feel as though you don't have enough courage to face what scares you. But I feel like this is all happening for the purpose of harmony. It feels like things are being restored or coming back into balance. And sometimes things, when they fall apart, they fall together much stronger. And so I feel like that's what Justice is. It feels like there's stability, there's strength here, and now you've got something to light the way. It feels like you had to let something fall apart so you could let it fall back together again. We've got the Psychic Intuition here. I think that you're supposed to listen to the psychic intuition because I feel like it says dissatisfaction with life. I think you'll be pissed off, to be honest. I don't think you're going to like this change. I feel like you're probably going to shake your fist at the universe and say, what the hell's going on? I had a whole path set out for me. The Hierophant has the path set out. I know what I'm doing. I've got all the details. I'm going to keep moving. I'm going to do things my way. Don't tell me what to do. And then all of a sudden, everything switches up on you here. But I feel like if you listen to your intuitive or psychic energy, you're going to know that it was time to go and you just didn't see it. We've got the Lovers. We've got the 7 of Swords. Gosh, we've got the 6 of Swords. It does feel like somebody is going to lie to you. Somebody who you have a deep connection with, possibly. This is the Lovers, right? And so it is a choice. But it also could be somebody who you are in love with, somebody that you're dating. The 7 of Swords is here. It does feel to me like it is deception. I don't always feel the 7 of Swords as deception, but it feels like somebody has hidden something from you, and it's under the surface. And I feel like when it does come to the surface, it's going to be quite chaotic, and you're going to want to move on after this. We're going to go to the extended. We're going to talk more about this. We're going to get some details on it for you. Sagittarius, if you would like to come to the extended, then please look at the top of the comments. There is a pinned comment there. It'll tell you how to purchase this outright if you just want to purchase one, or if you want to come to the membership area, you can do that, and you can get 4 of these per month for the price that you would buy one. And if you want to do that, you can do that for all of the signs. I put all the signs there. I'm going to put down 3 cards here. We're also going to talk about this as we go into the extended. Could be advice. Let's find out what else is going on here. Tell me about Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. We've got the World card. Look, something is coming to a definite and complete end because the chapter is over. the chapter, this chapter, this part of your life is over, and I don't think you wanted to let it go. We've got the Five of Cups because you knew that you might be in regret or that it would make you sad to release it. But look, there's a foundation in the future, but this is also friends. This is also a gathering place. It feels like a new soul tribe or a new community or a new network of people. It could possibly be a new job. But I think that you're so stuck on what you didn't get. I feel that you see this as a door closing or an opportunity ending, and I think you're so focused on that you don't realize that the Three Pentacles here tells me that you have the ability to build something new with a bunch of new people, people who are cooperative and collaborative. So we're going to go into the extended. We're going to talk more about that. I feel like the truth is here, and the truth doesn't really care if you like it or not, Sag. The truth is the truth, and the King of Swords can be a little brutal in how they present the truth. Because the King of Swords is Aquarius energy, Libra and Gemini, of course, because we're in this general reading. But I feel like there is a truth that stings or a truth that hurts. So let's go into the extended. If you want to be there, that's where I'll be. Thanks so much for coming here and watching. I do appreciate you. I'm going to go for now. I'll be back, though, because I'm always back. Love you, Sag. Bye.